Hello! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more Outer Wilds. We are continuing our trek through the Echoes of the Eye DLC as everything decides it wants to glitch just a teeny bit. And before we get started, I do want to take a look at what we're mainly missing in essence from a lot of these. So we've got the River Lowlands that we're missing some stuff, and the Hidden Gorge that we're missing some stuff. And the Hidden Gorge I really want to get to early in a run, and the River Lowlands I think I kind of also have the same boat where it's I need to explore it better. And depending on how I feel by the end of today's session, so probably next episode or whatnot, I might be trying to take a stab at whatever is going on with this thing because I'm very intrigued, so to say, by what's going on in some of these areas, so to speak. And yeah, that is one of them, basically. So, you know, I haven't been feeling the world's best today. I woke up kind of in a bit of a slump personally, so it was a slow day, and then as the day kind of went on, I kind of got a little tiny bit, you know, a teeny tiny bit of feeling of maybe like some nausea and stuff. Kind of a whole bunch of some things. And before sitting down and recording, I was a teeny bit nauseous. So that may be, you know, something to be aware of for today's episode is that, you know, I am feeling just the teeniest of bits nauseous. Oh my gosh, can the game stop lagging? Stop. Kind of important that the game doesn't lag a whole bunch today. So, I want to get in there, but there is covered in a whole bunch of the ghost stuff. So, that is the real, like, spot that I think I need to search a bit more of, at least in terms of, like, what I would like to actually look into while we're discussing this area. And I think what I'm probably going to do today is the first day I kind of want to try and explore this. Maybe get over to the other bit. And I am starting to think that based off of what I am seeing here, really what needs to get done today, or what's missing here, is that area and all of its wondrousness. Yep, I know, ghost matter detected nearby. Okay. We kinda just are going to do this the way that I know how to. Interesting that this side has no ghost matter. Almost makes me think we're supposed to go under, which from the looks of it we are. Okay, there's a teeny bit of ghost matter. Okay. This side is safe. That door is where... Hang on. Yeah, the door is deadly, and that right there is deadly. Everything else in here looks fine. Holy cow, these guys were tall as frick. Very tall. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. So, that area exists. I'm very surprised that there isn't more innately going on in here. I thought there was going to be something in here. So, okay. Unironically, kind of a dead end, unintentionally. I have wanted to do something with this, though, where I want to try and get a light source, and I wanted to see... No, they don't mix. They don't mix. Okay, well, one of the other things I wanted to try is... Wait a minute. Ah, there it is. I'm like, where's the one of you with the lamp lights? I wanted to see if I could grab the fire, seeing as, you know, all these guys got a fire. No. Nothing. Really? Nothing. Nothing at all with this. Like, can't grab the flame at all. Okay. So, the artifact just, to me, seems useless then. Like, I can't figure out something for it, so I know how to get in there. I know what to do in there. I just don't understand it, I guess. Which makes me very confused about this area in general and what I could be missing, so to speak. I do know the maps of these areas do like to hold a bit of a secret to them. So, I am curious if anything at all. No, nothing. Really? Really? I genuinely am having a very hard time with that, actually. That just seems incorrect to me, but, you know. What do I know? I'm taking a sip of some water just to make sure that, like, I'm actually, you know, doing physically fine, basically, because, you know, had issues with whatnot, with the nausea stuff or whatnot kicking in. It does kind of feel like I am having just, like, the tiniest tad of motion sickness, which, you know, is a great problem to have in this game that kind of is known for having that little bit of motion sickness generation throughout it. I'm doing fine, relatively, I will say. I don't think I'm having too many problems, just, you know, struggles. Okay, so we want this way, and then I want to grab these two as hard as possible and get myself over into here. There we go. I have not been here with this bridge intact, So this is my, like, first real time getting caught by this thing. And this is one of the things that I've wanted to see, basically, is just this area, and specifically some of the higher up areas, because, yeah, should hopefully be fine. I do need to go through a lot of these buildings. Okay, and up. I do really, really like this game, and it's just all of these little attention, or all of these really, like, attention-grabbing things that are going on. So, I've not made it into this one at all. This one is the one that I have never seen, but I'm pretty sure I understand by now, like, all of their secrets, basically, with how they're doing this. This is where they've got stuff. God. This is it is so creepy just seeing that. Like, I understand very well what that is. That is, kind of. At least to my understanding, what I feel like it is. Because it feels like a way for them to just exist in memories. Permanently. Alright, so we've been in this room. We've kind of seen a lot of the stuff. I am curious if the reels fit on these now. Just because of its inclusion by one of those reel casters. We've not been near this thing, but I don't really need to be near this thing. So the two buildings I haven't been in are this one and that one. And I'm hoping that this way... Oh yeah, that's right. No, right at the end of last episode, I did get into this one. Because there's the hole in it that, like, is the entire thing. Hang on. Okay, and I think I got it, and if I didn't, then it's a really easy thing to get fixed. Nope, I did not. That's okay. We try once more. And... okay, and... there we go. Got it, finally. Alright, what is in here, since I wasn't able to get in here last time, is the slide reel that I was looking at, and another one of these pods. Interesting. I do want to see something real quick. Do the artifacts... they do not. Okay. I'm in a bit of a rush, so we're going to come back for that. I no longer think we're coming back for that. Because I have not been... oh, no, I have been in this room. Right, I have. I wanted to see if while things were open, you could get into here at all. Or if there was another door that I'm looking for. Because it looks like the second option, where I'm looking for another door of some kind. Yep. Okay. The water's coming and wrecking stuff. Yep, there it went. Okay. Well, I'm happy that I've at least gotten what I need to where I wanted it. So, hang on. Where did I set that thing? I'm like, I know I set it somewhere very important for us. Because we need this. Okay. And then when I'm done, I'm going to make the jump back across and see if I can't... I don't think I've gone into the lower areas of some of these. Look, in all honesty, a whole bunch of this is just me being like, I'm not sure I've done that. I'm not sure I've done that. I'm not sure I've done that. And then it's like, no, wait, actually, yes, I have. Thank you. Give. Okay, and then we go. Thank you. Ow. And in. Alright, I have not seen this one. So, something about a machine that fires off a thing and exploded. Catastrophic failure of some kind. I don't understand more than that. Very interesting to me. That is progress. Yeah. Progress towards things that I was already still consistently confused by. Okay, I want to drop down into this lower area and just triple check and see some things, make sure I'm not, like, missing anything major down here. Because, yeah, I've looked at that, I've looked at all of this stuff, I've done all the things. So really, the one spot that I haven't figured out is there's gotta be something with the river lowlands that I don't get. Sorry, it took a moment to take a drink again. So, okay. So, I've gotten the thing. Like, I've done the thing I need to. The main things that I've needed to are all done, at least, in terms to my understanding of these things. The thing that I don't understand how to get to is the subset little, like, system that I think is in this room behind that door that only opens to something light based. Which has me very curious about getting above this. Like, that spot right there is very interesting to me. Oh, this is how you light the lantern. Yeah, okay. I want to get on top of this. The building, just in general. I want to get on top of it. I want to see if climbing around on top of this yields any results. And if not, I do want to inevitably see on top of this wall which I don't think I can do super easily. I can do it if I can get over there on top of that thing. So, let's do it. Let's just do it. Get on top of this to get up over here to make the jump, I think. I think right here is a thin enough... Ow! I wasn't using my jump. Interesting that this is here. Interesting that this stuff is here with nothing else to do about it. Okay. Wait a minute. That's a power line. That power line connects into here. Right there. And then does something? That is weird to me that there's just a power line. Just working out in and then disappearing into wood. That's not how power lines work. As an architect, I can tell you that is not how power lines work at all. So, okay then. So, that makes me really confused about what to do next. Like, undeniably very confused. And of course my timer's already up, so I'm not even gonna get to do anything much with my info other than read the thing that I found and hope it gives me new info. Sure, you know what? Hi guys, I'm gonna sit with you guys. I'm gonna roast a marshmallow at the end of all time. See what happens, you know. See what happens. Just see what I can do. You mind giving me a nice toasty marshmallow? I can't even see it. Mind giving me nice and toasty mellow? Alright, well, cool. Nice to see you guys having a good day. I guess, I don't know, can I, like, get a light on this and, you know, see something, maybe? I'm so intrigued. God, that was creepy by the fact that just, you know, having him stand behind me. I'm so intrigued by how this system works, and it is baffling me. I know we're about to have the reset, so that's why I'm not even really trying to walk out. Yep, I'm like, where's the reset gonna hit? So, it's interesting to me that that is just... that's like all I can get. I'm in the boat of wanting to do something crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, it's interesting to me that doze off is an option that is there. Like, here, I'll show you on this campfire. As soon as I wake up, is doze off an option? Okay, doze off is an option. Never mind. Like, I don't know. It's weird that this is, like, all I'm able to get from this. Hole breach. Found a slide reel in Hidden Gorge that shows an explosion blowing up a hole in the side of the strange... Oh! Hole in the side of the stranger. Okay, we can find that. We can find that. That's important. That's something we can find. Okay. Hang on, wait a minute. I'm betting. Yeah, that's our hint for what to work with. There's a hole breach that the game obviously is pointing us towards, you know? So maybe we're meant to take it. It's a hole by one of the entry points, I think. Yeah, like there's just a tiny little hole or something in its system. Okay, so yeah, I recognize it. Or I recognize this. So we need to look along these rings. Was it ever patched? Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is. There it is, right there. Okay, I need to go in. Ow. Interesting that there's a broken one. Oh my gosh, I made it in. Interesting. Hang on. How peculiar. Oh! My god. Okay. So you go to sleep with one of the lanterns things. Interesting. And there's another one. I'm so glad that I found that. Okay, so you're gonna also give me a vision. Grabbing one of these, walking in, sat down, goes to sleep. Look, I innately understood that this was their system that kept them alive. I did not understand that this was going to be the horror mechanic, I think. Okay, I got it the first time, thank you. It's so interesting to me. Okay, so we're obviously going into their dream at some point, or whatever it is. Oh, God. Okay. So, this thing is huge, apparently. Also... Wait a minute, am I not? No, I am in Hidden Gorge. I'm like, where am I in? Yeah, I'm glad that that hole breach was detected by the stranger, because that gives me a whole bunch of things to work with. Interesting. So, obviously, the thing that I've apparently unintentionally been saving is the fact that we're going into the dream somehow. With their system that they have. God. Okay. That does make me wonder something. Like, I wonder if because they're dead, that their life is basically in the flame now or something. Like, these guys in here are very much dead. They are not alive. But it's curious to me that the flames still work even with the whole, you know, everything. And it makes sense that this place keeps you protected now from, you know, like, the entire place keeps you protected from the supernova. So this is the whole system. Oh, you put a lantern in the light thing. So the lantern, this is him going in. They watch. He goes to sleep. He wakes up. No problems. They have him go in. He doesn't wake up. I'm betting. Based off of the vision that we saw, he doesn't wake up from this. Well, that's something that needs edited now. Damn alarm. Anyways, whoop-de-doo. I will mark that needs an edit. 32 in. Cool. Thank you. Thank you, me. Very cool. Anyways, sorry about that. That is very, very interesting to me. So, this thing, whatever it is our system to get into the thing. So, whatever happens, our way in is this. And I also get a feeling that the submerged structure over there is our preferred spot to start. Based off the fact that there's like 20 of these guys in each of the other ones. Like, it genuinely makes me feel like, you know, that's a setup to instantaneously die from, you know, things out of my control if I've ever seen it, basically. So, yeah, no. Whoop-de-doo. I think I understand what our goal is now with everything. Hang on. I forget. Is the whole place lit up in there? I'm like, I swear I kind of walked right through this. Yeah, no. I'm not walking through that anymore. Oh yeah, that's right. I never walked through that. I just went around it. God. So interesting to me. The whole system. Hidden Gorge. Where's my ship? Where is the ship? Oh, unable to pinpoint location, so the ship doesn't even show up. So, that is very interesting to me. I want to take another river ride. I won't be able to. But, I want to, you know. Because I want to go see, just see if I can't find anything at all over there. Because clearly the riverbed has something of importance to it. Otherwise, you know, why bother? Or why have there be another mark for something in there? Okay. Swim up. Thank you. Off we go. Kinda wanna just take the ride up and over. Continue around. See what I can find. It is interesting to me that Wait, have I never... No, I've come out of there. I've come out of there before. Have I been on the underside of it, though, is an entirely different story. I want to see if you can come out of the underside of it. Or if there is something on the underside of this whole area. Nope, that's just the walk path out to the starting. Oh, and I've messed up. Oh. Hang on. Let me on, please. So, what we know about this civilization is they despise the Eye for basically telling them the universe was going to end. They aren't happy about it, obviously. And so they're getting back at it by basically cheating death itself, is their entire concept, I guess. Like, I shouldn't say getting back, so to speak. It's more of like they're fighting the fate of the universe by cheating death, basically. And that in and of itself is pretty cool, you know. But we obviously haven't played with how they're cheating death, basically. So, just want to see something. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Honestly, part of me is like, die, reset the run. I want to hop in one of these now, despite me knowing that as soon as I do, that's when the real horror starts. Because I'm 9,000% sure, looking at these guys, that they are tall, they are hunters, and they are going to murder me, basically. Like, look at these guys and tell me that the way they are set up does not immediately tell you they are going to be deadly. Also, that guy is doing a, ha, gotcha. It's very interesting. They're deer people, which is cool. But God, this place is creepy. Like, I guess not creepy, so to say, more just like tense, I guess, is the way to say it. I mean, it definitely is creepy. Do not get me wrong. I am very much having much of a creep out moment from this. But, like, you know, it's not like I'm over here, like, scared, or overly scared of it. I'm very much going to have the innate reaction I'm going to have to, like, or the same innate reaction I'm going to have to these guys like I had to the, what's it called? The anglerfish the first time, but it really is becoming that thing where I'm like, look, I understand I need to take it, and I need to do it. I kind of am reaching the point of can no longer avoid doing what I've now learned, basically. And yeah, that's scary to me. The other thing that's interesting to me is that the bell that's over there is really like the only real single, like, nothing else is going into here thing other than you type thing. That to me is weird and seems like a, you know, like that's the sign of this is where you want to start, basically. Which has me very intrigued and interested by the prospects of it. I'm also curious if they're going to let me keep my jetpack and stuff. Because here's the thing. They totally could put me in here, and I know it's 100% possible to get through this area with only the boats and stuff. You do not need to have everything else in this area. Like you can run the whole, you can do the whole thing based off of just only your jumping skills and stuff like that, and the boat and whatnot. The thing really becomes, do they have ghost matter? In which case, ghost matter is the thing that I really need to plan around, and all of its occurrences. And if they don't have the ghost matter, then what I really need to figure out is how good of hunters are these guys? Because if they're really good hunters, then I'm really screwed. And if they're just decent hunters, I can figure stuff out, you know. It really just becomes, how badly are they going to hunt me? And am I going to absolutely shit myself over it? Because, yeah, no. God, I really am in the boat of, like, do I just jump in? Do I just jump in? It's so just interesting to me. I'm scared is the reason, by the way, why I'm holding off. Like, I'm genuinely actually feeling like subtle fear about this, and it's actually genuinely kind of a bit terrifying to me that I'm feeling the amount of fear that I am feeling, so to speak. Because it is really feeling like that scared type of, or that overly scared type of fear that I have. And I'm actually kind of like in the boat of maybe not for me tonight, but at the same time I'm also like, maybe it is for me tonight. Maybe I need some of the adrenaline. Like I'm scared, but I'm also in the boat of like, I want to do it. This is the problem of being a person who sucks at handling horror so badly, by the way. Like, I can't touch horror games at all, period. The concept of a jump scare in and of itself is already enough to me. I mean, we've already seen from earlier episodes in the series, like, I got jump scared by the anglerfish eating me the first time. Like, the first time an anglerfish ate me, I got scared by it. And that's a pretty good sign that, like, I suck at horror. And for everybody's, like, understanding, I've always really sucked at handling horror elements in games and like in media at all. Like I wasn't raised on anything horror related, and it's always been something I've kind of just struggled with, so to speak. The main reason being is like I kind of tend to have like an innate fear of a lot of like, you know, overly harmful things, which is very, very funny because I'm the person who designed, like, you know, an over-the-top insane combat system for a game that is effectively, you know, like, I love the whole, like, turn-based RPG combat system type things, but, like, the difference becomes more of a fact of, like, that's less about, like, gore and, you know, battle and, or less about, you know, gore in the combat and more about, like, a, you know, just survival and, you know, the strategy around, you know, surviving that type of combat, basically. Like, it's something entirely different than, say, you know, what this is. Like, in all honesty, Rain World sometimes, like, even gets me a little bit hyper adrenaline, but it's in a system where, like, I'm very much trying to survive through a system that, like, I've learned to love and understand as part of me playing the game. This is like this game is probably the closest I've ever gotten to horror, and like actively, you know, indulging in it a bit. See, like, okay, you know what? I want to test something. If I doze off, am I gonna die right now? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna do it. Oh my god. I'm in. That's not there. Oh no. This is my flashlight. Oh no. Okay. This is my flashlight. Am I gonna die? I am gonna die. Okay. So I am still on a timer. That makes me curious, though. They're dead. Their flames are lit. So clearly in the real world, my flame was lit and I was just asleep. So, oh my god. Okay. We're gonna do one more day. Now that I innately have the understanding. I don't like what I'm going to say here. I'm gonna face my fears, I think, is the way I'm gonna say it. So yeah, damaged laboratory. Laboratory with 3 test chambers. The second chamber is badly damaged and can be entered through a hole breach in the side of the stranger. Saw a vision-like recording of someone picking up an artifact and going to sleep in front of a green fire. The rest of the vision was distorted and difficult to make out, but a flame seemed to appear inside the artifact. Okay. Narrow gorge along the rightmost branch of the river. Yep, cool. I found several ornate metal artifacts inside a workshop surrounded by ghost matter. Oh! That was the thing I was missing. Which tells me now the only thing that I have left to do is struggle. Struggle with my own humanity and my own problems that I have with games and media in general. This is going to be the start of the struggle with the horror. So we're aware, by the way, my understanding of things going into this is there is no jump scare content. There is no overly, like, deathly type things in this. The thing that that the horror mode is, in essence, meant to capture, so to speak, is, well, first off, it also makes this segment of the game much easier, which is the other reason why I don't feel correct doing this, basically, or putting on the low scares mode. No, the main thing about this is they just make a really creepy noise, apparently. And that creepy noise is the main, like, you know, hitch point that is meant to be, you know, handled by this, you know, this whole thing, basically. Like, it's meant to be a, you know, thing of, okay, well, if you can't handle them hunting you and the fear that instates, here's a mode to help you, you know, fight that system, and we'll let you enjoy this at a slower pace that's more akin to what you're expecting from this game. But yeah, no. So, my understanding of it has basically become that it is more just a stealth game that has some heavy horror elements in this spot, and less of a, hey, this is genuinely supposed to scare you. Like, that has become my understanding of it, basically. And in that aspect, I'm fine. I just want everybody to be aware that I'm probably still going to struggle in some parts with this. And I'm probably not going to have the most nicest of experience with this. And that is always going to be my thing with horror, is I struggle to have nice experiences with horror-related things, and I kind of bring that up because of the fact that this is very evidently going to be where I struggle. I'm in love with this game. I'm in love with this area, and I'm hopeful that I'm going to be in love with what we're about to walk ourselves into. It's more just, you know, am I ready to have the bejesus scared out of me in a moment? And that's something I'm not quite really sure about. Cool. Hang on. So, sun thing. Flame thing flame. Flame thing flame. So the other thing that's weird about this to me is that there's a missing system on this somewhere that's, you know, apparently causing problems or something. Like, this is a sign to me that I need to find something as well. And this is totally not me trying to find an excuse to not go and, you know, do something very important. But, like, I want to get on, I think, the backside of this the next time we come through here, and I want to just see if I can't find that stuff. And I'm looking for an artifact, by the way, or one of the artifacts, by the way, because I have a concept that I would like to try, and it involves dying. It may be a stupid idea. It may immediately ruin the run, but the idea that I have does involve a nice, quick, you know, painless death. So really what I'm getting is I need to find... So really what the workshop over here is for is it's to give you a quick access route into somewhere. God, that's creepy when that happens. So that almost makes me wonder if those areas are safe to get into, but at the same time, it also terrifies me to start in one of those areas. Really, in all honesty, like, my current thought process is I start in that thing, and I want to just see if I can jump into the fire and just die. Basically, like, I want to see if dying outright is... Dying to the flame outright is going to, like, do something, I feel like. And that's my innate thought process, so to speak. Yep. Remember, it's through the water... You can stand right here, grab this, and I'm gonna go face my fears really, really hard by probably shoving myself onto one of their sticks very rapidly here. So I don't know if I need to doze off by putting my... and hop in the fire, or if, like, just jumping on the fire is going to do it. Am I ready to do this? Am I ready to do this right now? You know what? I'm gonna be mean. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, I'm such a horrible person.